Hello, I'm back again, your excellent mama. So today I'll be doing it in our usual Pidgin English method. As we all know, back then, years back, if you be gay, they'll tell you, say, you not get stressed, so one day one man will come, he will marry you. Your own case don't close. Then for the man, you hear what like, you better serious, so you better work hard. Now you want fit family, now you want fit family. Now you want take care of children, now you want carry the pay school fees. Now you want marry wife put for us. So the woman and the children, they under your care. You be hearing words like that. Then also, during our forefathers, their days, they were marrying more than one wife, many children. You hear, I have 30 children, I have 50 children, 10 children, 17, 20. They were having many children, many wives, but they're not the gay issue. Do you know why? Because they were having large farmlands. The men will go to the farm with their wives and their children. They were feeding very fine. The wives were even having their own money. They were into different businesses. That means the money they get from their farmland after selling, they keep for themselves. The man will also give the wives their own portion of farmland that they can plant outside the general farmland for the family. Their own portion that they can farm and take care of their own children needs if those needs arise. But you see, this present generation, we don't believe in farming at all. Farming is seen as a low class something that if you are into farming, that means you don't have sense. You are a foolish person. So our forefathers were able to sustain their generation, make provision for all their needs because they were having a lot of food. They were never lacking food. They were able to train their children to school. They were able to cater for their families because they were having enough food. They could sell their products from the farm. From those things they sell, they can provide money. So they were into large farming. All the families go to the farm, they work, they were happy, they were having peace. Why? Because they were having food. They were having yam bams in the farm. They were having what do we call, where they store stems for cassava for replanting. They were having seeds for continuous planting. They were having, is it gari? Is it corn? That's maize. Is it melon? All manners of plants they were having it. Even yam during the season of yam. But you see this present generation that we are. When you say farming, even if you hear I'm studying agriculture in school, say you don't get sense. Now I have to take the train pig, they go teach you for school. But now you can see the high cost of food. Families are divorcing every day because of food. You hear the man will say, me, I don't want to marry a woman, when you know the work. You hear the woman will say, me, I don't want to marry a man, when you know the work. The poor don't want to marry the poor. The rich wants to marry the rich. The poor is looking for the rich to marry. So who will feed who? Who will take care of who? Even the farmlands, now they are destroying lands. They will build half building. The building will not be even completed. Half, they'll fill it and they will leave it. Those using it for farm before, they cannot continue farming because it has been filled. So it can no longer be used for farming. So now if you check your environment now, if you are in Nigeria presently, check your environment now, you will see that agricultural practice is completely destroyed. Only few areas is now still practicing farming. Like they are still going into farming, going to crop rearing and animal rearing, crop production and animal rearing. Only few families that is doing that. Only few farmers that is now into crop production and animal rearing. But you see the generation, they like food. They love enjoyment. But they don't want to keep that source where the food comes from continually. Nobody wants to invest in agriculture. Nobody wants to invest in taking out time to ensure there is a continuous food. There is continuous food. There is continuous rearing of animals. Nobody wants to take out time to do those things. Then the next, during Xmas period or during festive period, you hear farmers selling one chicken, 30,000, and they'll be complaining. You'll be hearing what? That they will chop their fowl. Now, why would they eat their fowl? If you ever have money to buy, then you go to hell and allow those that have money buy it. Why? Because the cost of feeding birds, because I also train birds, the cost of feeding is very high. And sometimes even the food you buy it doesn't have good qualities to ensure those birds are okay. They start having broken legs, they start having health issues, and you lost a lot of them, and you spend money rearing them. So this generation, they are just too lazy. They don't want to do anything. But you know the most annoying thing? They love food. They love enjoyment. Now, if you don't invest in agriculture, where will you get those food from? Where will you get those agricultural products from that you want to consume? Where will you get them from? So it is high time we call ourselves back. Going into farming or into agricultural materials does not make you a fool. Does not make you a low class. It is only food that can sustain a nation. Only food. Money will waste away if they are not properly trapped. So how many of us here that can really count and come out and boast and I have millions in my when you have millions in your account and there is no way for you to get food, the money have no use. The money becomes waste. So what do we do now? It is high time for us to call ourselves back together. There is more we can do in agriculture. There is more to agriculture. That is only what can sustain us as a country. That's only what can keep Nigeria alive. So to remain a country, to remain alive as a nation, we have to go back to agriculture. We have to go back to farming. Farming is what can keep this country strong. Now, those divorces cases we are hearing of, those separation we are hearing of, if there is food, there will be no need for divorce. So there is no need for laziness. Men, please drop laziness. Women, drop laziness. The men don't want to marry a liability, and the women don't want to marry a liability. Then who is going to provide for who? The right time we leave laziness. Women, stand up and work. Don't wait for the man to carry the responsibilities alone. Nigeria is now grown to the extent where men can no longer carry the load alone. If your husband is balanced, if your spouse is well-to-do, has a lot of money, then you can just relax. But if you know he's not too strong financially, because even Nigeria presently now is wired to drain you as a man, is wired to drain you as an individual. So what do? It is high time women stand up, men stand up, work together. The man, the area you can cover, you cover. The women, the area you can cover, you cover. Combine your both finesse together and ensure you have a standing family. There is no need thinking of to divorce or to separate because of food. Then the news to start going on, and because of food, the man could not feed the family. So what are you doing at home as a woman? Gone are those days where the men provide everything. But these days now, you don't wait for the man to provide everything. There be a thing of honor. When the man returns home, you already provide food, you already make availability for these things. Then the other area the man needs to cover, he covers it. School fees is on the high side. The food stuff is on the high side. The house is on the high side. So if you want to wait for the man to carry the load alone, then that family can never rise. The only way families can survive now in Nigeria is when the man and the woman stand up together, work together as a family, work together as a team, then they can raise a good home. So please, it is time we call ourselves together. Women, stand up. Men, stand up. Let us work together and create a better Nigeria. Thank you. So if you want to keep seeing most of our videos, you want to continue seeing our posts, please like, share, comment. You can also share your own thoughts in our comment section. Drop your comments in those areas I have not thrown more light on. You can ask questions and let's work together and make our country a better one. Thank you for listening. See you in our next meeting.